Hello and welcome to liveoddsandscores.com's betting preview of the Spurs versus Newcastle game. This is being played on Saturday the 11th of February at 5:30. The betting odds, you've got Tottenham at 1-2 with Ladbrokes and Coral. The draw is 100-30 with Bet365 and Stan James. And Newcastle are 13-2, that's with Stan James and Bet Victor, as we now have to call them. What do you make of this game then, George?
Well, I certainly don't like Spurs at 1-2. I mean, that's a horrible price. I'd be very happy to lay that. I think Spurs, Harry's, even if Harry Redknapp is genuinely got his heart and soul into Tottenham, he's had the biggest court case of his life, just finished, and now there's this big furore over the England job. He's not going to. And it came across in the Liverpool game. Spurs didn't really have much tactics going on against Liverpool. It's going to be the same case again here against a Newcastle side who's seeing a bit of form. I wouldn't want to be backing Spurs at 1-2.
No, I mean my view is that Newcastle are still underrated by the bookies. Nobody can quite believe that the position in the Premiership. That there's a sort of general feeling, I think, that they're somehow kept up there. With no sort of obvious way of having done it, but the fact is they are in 5th position in the Premiership, and
we continue to get results week in, week out.
Yeah, I was absolutely staggered not staggered, but I think that they get with a goal start at White Hart Lane, and the odds again at 6-5. So on the Asian handicap, you can get Newcastle +1 at 6-5. That's with Bet Victor and Ladbrokes.
I disagree with that. If you look at, just on the basis that if you look at Newcastle this season, when they have got beaten, they've got beaten, and so you're not looking at them really getting your money back much on that, because they seem to collapse when they concede a couple of goals. Newcastle are good at nipping a couple of goals and having quite a creative team. I can see them scoring a couple against Spurs. Personally, I think the bet of the market is 5-2 with Titan bet Demba Ba to score at any time. I mean, Demba Ba's the second top scorer in the Premiership at the moment. I mean, what's he doing at 5-2 when Louis Saha's 6-4?
Yeah, and actually, if you think about it, then Robin van Persie, any-time goal scorer, so he's obviously leading the Premiership, but he'll be 10-11 or even, or possibly shorter. Yes, and Bar's scoring record's not quite as good, but yeah, 5-2 does look. That looks.
They've priced out because they think Newcastle can't score against Spurs at the Lane, and that is not true in my opinion. Yeah, in my opinion.
Yeah, that looks a very fair price. Do you think there'll be a lot of goals in this game?
Yeah, I mean. I can see Newcastle scoring, but maybe not actually. I wouldn't want to make a call on that. I find that difficult to call because I can see they both got alright. They've got decent defences, and they're both going to be cagey. It's another great matchup. In similar places in the Premiership, they're going to want to win the game, but more importantly, they're not going to want to lose the game. I've had a little bet. And you're never going to take a piece of my advice again after you've heard this. But I had Demba Ba to score any time in a schoolcast Newcastle to win 1-0. I won 95-1 on that. I had a cheeky fiver on that just in case.
Well, yes, that's not my kind of betting. Each to their own. I'll be having a slightly chunkier bet on Newcastle +1 at 6-5. And so have you backed Bar to score at any time?
I've had a bigger bet, yeah, on Bar scoring time. I've also got on Newcastle in a multiple at 13-2. I think it's a lovely price.
Can't leave it alone. Thanks very much for watching, and keep checking back at liveoddsandscores.com for more Premiership previews.
Cheers.